So first here we're going to go for a 2.4, I think. Yeah. All right. So then we're gonna defend. Perfect. Not perfect, but you know. All right. So we'll go for a big thrust. Damn it. And we'll defend here, and then we're gonna go for it. Go for the kill shot. Hell yes. We got him. The mountainsides fall silent. Search the body, examine the body. I don't know what the difference is. You quickly search the giant's body and find a pouch at his waist containing 8 gold pieces. It's hard to imagine the giant spending them. Perhaps he was not as dumb as he appeared. Or perhaps he liked them because they were shiny and nothing more. You like them too, so you take them. Yeah, hell yeah, I do. You step over the body. The giant is quite dead. His eyes stare open and his mouth is wide, mid-roar, showing his teeth. Do something about his eyes. You pass a hand over his eyes to close them. What? Search the cave. You explore into the depths of the giant's cave to see what you can find. At the back of the room, you find a large loaf of bread. It's too big to carry, but you could eat a little from it. Yeah, hell yeah, I will. You tear away the crust with your sword and then eat a few handfuls from inside. It's fairly nourishing, if not pleasant. So basically, we wasted a giant's tooth is the end result of that. No, we got some gold, I guess, which is good. Let's go downhill. You crest the rise and continue down the slope on the other side. You pass out through another gigantic gate and into a barren mountainside. Alright, let's go to Dhumpus. Dhumpus Balumpus. The path trips and slides down a steep scree slope and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its banks stands a tiny village. Let's go to Dhumpus. I had a pretty good time here last time. Today has been mercifully short and uneventful. You have made excellent progress. Oh, thank you. With a decent meal and a night's sleep, your next day will start auspiciously. So you begin the gentle climb down into the village. You follow the path down into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dhumpus. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together, as if trying to withstand a storm. There's a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, it seems an unpleasant place. You say that, but let's go talk to the villagers. I wasn't able to do this last time because I had no money, so now that I have money. You pass along the main path through the village and pause outside a hut in which several of the hill dwellers are sitting and eating. They seem deep in discussion about something. Several are shaking their fists in the air. Lifting back the canvas flap, you step inside. The hill dwellers stop talking immediately and look up at you. One gets to his feet and gestures you forward. Bow my head. You nod your head once to the man, who returns the gesture. Then one of the others calls something in their native tongue and points at your side, to where your sword hangs out below the hem of your cloak. In broken common tongue, the first man croaks, "No weapons," and he indicates a table by the door where you have to leave the blade. Look over the table. There are plenty of other weapons there, so the man appears honest enough. Remove my sword. You unfasten your sword belt and leave your weapon on the table. The hill dwellers nod to show their appreciation and then beckon you to sit with them. See, the reason I did that is because if I were hanging out with my pals in my small village, and some guy walks in with, and some, rich motherfucker walks in with a sword, I would want him to take that fucking sword off just like they would. So, there you go. Then they continue their conversation, just as animately as before, speaking in a local tongue that you cannot follow. But as they talk, they pour you a drink and provide you with food. They seem quite welcoming. Listen to their talk. As you eat, you listen, catching a few words here and there. Goblins, arms, Cristotante. They seem to be very concerned. Tell them you've been there. I have been to Cristotante, you declare. The men nod, but do not seem surprised. Slowly, you piece together the story. The group seem quite sure that a horde of goblins are planning an attack on Cristotanti, which is apparently one of the wealthier spots in the hills. They're discussing whether or not it would be worth helping the village to defend itself, which might mean they are offered some kind of a reward. You must help them, of course. Cristotante, it does not help us, one of the men points out. They are rich. We are poor. You can be better than them. The men nod, swayed by your ruthless logic. And you? How do you fight? I will help those that need it. The men nod. Let the goblins attack tonight, they cheer. We will use your strength. The evening draws to a close. The men thank you for your counsel and leave, one by one. Alright, so we're going to go explore the town. Halfway along the track, you come across a couple of merchants' huts. You browse for items with buying with your 26 gold pieces. Your attention is taken by a finely woven skull cap, a finely crafted sword, and a small bag of provisions. Let's examine that fucking sword, eh? Carefully, you lift the longsword from the table and swing it through the air. It cuts with a finely carved edge. A fine piece of work, I'm sure you agree, the merchant enthuses. 6 gold pieces! Let's pay the 6. See what the skull cap's all about. Stolen from a priest of Dadule, the merchant declares with pride. A fine piece of work. 4 gold pieces. It looks like an object of magic properties, although what they might be is unclear. Try it on. You place it on your head, but you feel nothing. You take it off again. Let's give them the money. Provisions? You examine the bag of food. There's about enough to last 3 days. 6 gold pieces. Good for a traveler, I'm sure. Nah, I don't think we really need the rations. 6 gold pieces is too much, you explain. You nod to the merchant. The merchant smiles. Is there anything else I can help you with? Is there any work to be had here? The merchant sizes you up. You look like a good worker. Sounds like hard work. Let's go. This is what I did last time and it helped me out a lot, so I have a trick up my sleeve to dig. I'm ready to get started. Cast a spell. Check it out. A bing, a bang, a boom. Grow in size to dig a hole. Seems pretty smart, doesn't it? The work is done. Collect my pay. And then we get a place to sleep. The vermin. Well, we don't have any food, notably. But it's good enough. Alright, so we're going to leave Dhumpus soon. And head on. I never went to Stanti last time. I think I avoided it because I had pretty bad luck with this whole thing. We do have to cross this bridge eventually, and there's a guy there. Although, these mines, we were told how to defeat the beast. So I might just go down there and avoid this stupid thing altogether. I did not like the sound of what he was offering me. We saved up some gold just in case there's something better along the way. We have 15 out of 16 stamina. We're doing fucking amazing. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!